Hello there, YouTube. It's your boy Josh Ox.
It's your boy Tay.
And this is another episode of Sports Talk Tay and Josh. And on this episode, we will review House of the Dragons, episode 3. Also, just to give you a warning, we will discuss some spoilers. We're not going to give a play by play, so don't worry about it. If you haven't watched the episode, make sure you go watch it, come back, and also leave a comment review, whether you agree or disagree. Oh, smash the like button, subscribe, all that good stuff. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. All right. So, Tay, episode 3. What did you think of episode 3? First reaction. I'll let you go first.
All right. First reaction. So far this might be the best episode of the season.
Mm-hmm.
As far as like overall, like you said, we ain't gonna go play by play. We just gonna go with the important. I say the important scenes, important moments of the
Yeah.
episode.
You can start with the parts that you like. You can just go with the certain parts
Yeah.
that you like. We can start there. Go,
Yeah.
back and forth.
Yeah. Well, previously to what we were discussing, the king is falling apart. Let's start with that. Let's just start with that. The king is
Oh, you
falling
talking about
apart.
your man? Yeah, your man got I don't know what he got. High blood pressure, cholesterol, diabetes. He might got all three. Bro, your man
Them
is
3 years, them 3 years must have put a toll on him.
Yeah.
Your man's lost
Yeah,
two
so
fingers.
if you didn't know, it's a 3-year time jump
Yeah.
from episode 2.
Yeah.
He even got a kid, and he got another one on the way. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm like, geez, okay. And you can see, like, they showed him, like, Asian. You can see with the
Exactly.
makeup effects that he's showing him Asian. But I would say the great part, I say, is start with, with the battle, pretty much.
Mhm.
Well, with the crab feeder, pretty much the scene of the dragon, Damon,
Mhm.
leading off from that. Well, it looks like they must have been going back and forth at war for the next 2 or 3 years, probably.
It looked like it's been.
It
It looked like it's been the 3 years because he been going back. It looked like he been going back for like a good while. It looked like it.
mm-hmm. I know they had the dragons, but I would say they had good, like they was hiding in the caves. They had a good,
Yeah.
yeah. So it wasn't. I guess they thought it was going to be easier than easy. But
See,
I
I
would
would have
say,
thought
what
they.
about this? Oh, go ahead.
No, I was about to say I would have thought by them they would have. I thought they would have had a better strategy. I would have thought they would have known that the crab feeders would have been leader and all would have been in the caves. I was like, they're not going to be out in the open like that.
Yeah.
I would have thought,
So
I thought they had that strategized better. You know what I'm saying?
You thought they would have set a trap, like he take a ship, lead them back, and then they
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, that would have made sense. I know that sounds nice, and but we got thinking movie TV
Pre-existing
show
error.
type of
Yeah.
business there, man. There was yeah, man. There was no drones back there. They couldn't do a drone strike. We just gonna say maybe with the
Exactly.
dragon. I'm joking, but I'm joking. Yeah, but I'll probably say they still with the dragon. They still could have scouted the area though. Maybe I'm
Yeah.
taking too strategic. Like, they still could have did that because from high enough, arrows ain't gonna get there. You can still still do that. But I would say, trying to think of what other key components. Pretty much they were celebrating his son' birthday, but they didn't announce him as the heir, Aegon the Second. He'd be considered Aegon the Second. So they didn't announce, the next heir. I think they still keeping it
as Rhaenyra, yeah. As Rhaenyra.
Yeah, I think they're still keeping it as
her.
her.
Because he's not of age, I think, or something like that. I guess because he's not of age. So it's going to be one of those things where they will probably make him and when he's of age.
And the way the king looking, he ain't gonna make it next episode, bro. He might have to write his will out or something. And hate to say it like that. He not looking too good. You can tell he's not in good health, but
yeah. And
they introduced the House of Lannisters. That was actually
finally
a key component.
Yeah. Lord Jason Lannister, and Tywin Lannister, the first Lannisters have been introduced. I guess Jason was the one I was trying to get Rhaenyra, I believe. I think it was Jason.
Yeah, the twins. They was twins. The Jason. Yeah, I think it was Jason Lancaster.
Yeah, so he tried to get Rhaenyra to marry him, and do that whole thing. Pretty much, the king pimped her out, trying to pimp her out there. You know what I'm saying she must marry. Not I'm going to allow it or whatever. No, you must marry. Made that joint a command.
Yeah, because when you went back in those days when you got married, it wasn't out of love. It was more out of joining gaining power. It had to be a power move. It wasn't just off love. Like nowadays we
Yeah,
can tend to swipe left and right. There was no tender swipe back in the days, so that was a little
exactly.
joke, but
But
yeah.
yeah,
I'm
yeah, it was
trying to
more
think of what
because
else. I probably
I'm
say I'm trying to think of what else was
truthfully,
key components of it.
uh, truthfully, her and Sir Cole going into the woods, and she took her anger out on that boar.
Yeah, she went crazy on that boy.
That was all her
She
anger
went
right
crazy.
there.
Then she just walked back in with like the blood on her, just like with the still
Yeah,
serial killer face. Like I like, geez, she walking like Michael Myers. She walking like Michael Myers. Like I think
yeah.
she did one of those
Um,
crazy horror movies. But I'm trying to think of what else. I probably the best probably was the battle of the Stepping Stone with Damon. With the final scene was probably when he killed
yeah,
the crab feeder. Probably was the huge spoiler. That was probably the greatest scene because your man read that letter. He beat the crap out of the
and then
messenger and say, "Nah,
yeah.
we gonna end that." I figured that was his ego. He didn't want to feel like he was a failure. That he needed his
But the
brother help.
thing was, his bro, like Damon was the one that sent the letter to him. That was the crazy thing about it. Then his ego kicked back in, and he's like, "Nah, I'm just gonna go ahead and take care of it myself." Like, I don't need his help now. You know what I'm saying? He went in that joint, did the whole Jon Snow move. Luckily
uh,
enough, reinforcements came in. The cavalry came later. You know what I'm saying, to even it out a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
mhm.
And he got the job done. He took out the crab keepers leader. Um, which we found out he actually had a grayscale and the mask of the harpies.
Yeah.
The
I know a lot
assassin.
of people was worried about because Damon touched him because he had a grayscale. I was like,
Hmm.
because I was like, yeah, I guess you can make a point. I guess you can make a point, but
But he ain't really physically touch him though per se. When you think
mhm.
about it, he still
Do
had
you think
armor
that
on.
give you think they give Damon a little bit more some credit for winning?
Yeah, because he got the house. He got house of he got the house behind him. One of the houses, one of the big
Mhm,
houses behind him that helped with the war.
mhm.
So I wouldn't be surprised if they would you know bat for him a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Even though they did go against
Oh,
the,
okay.
the, the king's wishes, even though they did go against the king's wishes, they won. So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they didn't have his blessings, pretty much,
Yeah,
to do the Lord's permission.
yeah. He was too busy. He was too busy trying to stay alive and pimp his daughter out.
And Pepper's daughter. Well, I hate to say this, they used to do that back in the day. I hate to say it like
I
that.
know they used to do it back in the day, but now it's
I
pimping his
hate to
daughter.
say it like that. Yeah, well, it was more like if it was someone you can make a power move, you'll offer them your daughter. That's pretty much how it was back in the day. I hate to say it. Merge, I was telling everybody, merge, Western version of merge, those times is like completely different.
But I would have thought, back then because she was of age that she can choose at that point. But I forgot there's no rights
Okay.
at that back at that time
She's
frame.
royalty.
So yeah,
Tay.
no,
This
she
is
royalty.
not
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Yeah, she's royalty, so she can't just marry out of lust or love. It got to be a power move for the house,
yeah,
for the royalty. Most of the time, they try to get you with another house that's very powerful, so y'all can
yeah.
combine and join. Most of the time, that's how it was. It wasn't nothing. That's what
I
I'm trying to tell you. It
mean,
wasn't based off no.
yeah. But her marrying a Lannister would have made sense because the Lannisters did take over for being the like the Lord of the Ships, pretty much.
Yeah,
So
but the Lannisters were gaining power though. It's a power
gaining
move.
power, yeah.
Yeah, it was a power move. That's all it was.
So
It was just a power move. She can't marry like the guy who works in a farm. She can't marry a regular dude. You get what I'm trying to say?
yeah. Me personally, I think her and Sir Cole will probably have a little thing here and there. I can
Oh
already
no,
see
no,
it.
no, no, no. That's her man crush Monday right there. We all know that. I saw those eyes. She gave those googly eyes.
She like, I'm of age too. Yeah, she about to let let all of it out.
When they win that Woods, you know what that little 90s R&B was playing in it. I'm joking with you. I know this before, but we joking. Don't take me serious. Yeah.
Oh, and let's also talk about Rhaenyra's resentment. Let's talk about that a little bit, like her resentment against, Alicent and the king, her father. Since they married, because I think you said this is 3 years in, so she's been holding it. Yeah, she's been holding it in for this whole time frame.
Hey, Tay, I think it's too late to have grudges. She got two. She got one kid out in second. I think it's about time you just need to. She need to accept the fate. Her friend is her stepmom. That's pretty much. Yeah. I hate to say it like that.
I mean, it was crazy though. Like actually seeing that whole.
But she actually was defending her a lot of the times though. If you actually look at it,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So even though eye to eye, I guess.
Yeah, she's still on the defender because one, that's still her friend, and two, she is the heir to the throne. Like she still is the heir.
Yeah,
like
she's technically the queen, so technically at the time, so she got to keep the houses together. It's a power play. You can't.
Exactly.
Like I say, it's all about power play and politics. You gotta understand. That's why the whole merge thing is key. Because like if anything happened, you got to think about that. No one's really gonna respect her as the queen. You got to think about it's a different time. So yeah, that's why I wanted to say.
Yeah, I mean, any other points we think we could talk about from this? I know Daemon. Daemon was a big storyline, but we already talked about him personally. He got his job done. Do you think this might
surrender? With your man faking surrender? Yeah. Did the fake surrender? You faked them out. My man Punk faked real quick.
Yeah. Do you think our guy's gonna go back to the small council though? As part of it, even though he joined Daemon?
He's like the rogue prince. I don't know.
Yeah, like
he's a rogue. He's like rogue royalty. He's like, he's one of those. He's like that. He's like that cousin twice removed from the family. They keep messing up. He's one of those guys.
He is married to a Targaryen. His wife is a Targaryen. So he is got one of the biggest houses, and he was the Lord of the Ships. Like he, under the small council. So he still got ships. The thing is, because he's one of the bigger houses, do you think that they will let him back in because of this? I'm like, they might because of probably not because the
probably king's not. Alive. Yeah.
So, I'm like, it's gonna get kind of tough with all that though. It's definitely gonna get tough with that. I mean, now the question will be, truthfully, what's Rhaenyra's plan going to be after this whole, now her accepting, her pops, the son, Aegon II, now she's with child with the second time. We don't know what that.
She's probably gonna have to get married and have kids.
I wonder if that could be a time jump situation though, or is that going to be?
She would have to get married, probably just to maintain her spot, unless he announced Aegon II.
Yeah, but that's gonna be a mad time jump because he's gonna have to at least be like 12. He's 2 now.
No, 2 or 3 now. They probably gonna jump him. He's probably gonna be like 5 or 6 or something. Probably in the next one.
Yeah.
I think the newborn is a girl, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, the newborn's gonna be a girl.
One. I believe it was a girl if they announced, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. So they already got Aegon II, which he's technically going to be the heir because of he's a man.
What about the rumors of the king? He got a side kid. A bastard. It's rumor has it.
Oh, pretty much a Jon Snow shit all over again. Pretty much.
Yeah, that's why I don't know if that would interrupt things. I don't think the bastard or the out of wedlock child will have anything. I don't think they have a shot at the crown, if I'm not mistaken. So a lot of people will have to die. Like everybody will have to die for him.
And they're gonna have, the proof thing is a whole different scenario from medieval
I don't think they
times
had
to now.
DNA tests back in medieval
Exactly.
times. Did they? Did they have the DNA? I don't think they had like a medieval version of Maury. So
No,
excuse my jokes, guys. I know I'm joking. Excuse my jokes, but yeah.
but I don't think it was one because it was really word of mouth, or if you know who the mom was, that's the only way that you. Or it could have been one of the things where he did and he sent them far out the way, maybe like Winterfield or something like that. Like he, like
Mm-hmm.
like it could be one of those situations. Anything could happen with, especially being in that position of king, especially for all the
Mm-hmm.
kingdoms. I wouldn't be surprised he got a sidekick. I would not be surprised.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what I'm trying to think of potential disruption. I would say this probably was the best episode so far. Between this and episode 2 was my favorite.
Yeah,
I may like episode 2 slightly more. I may like episode 2 slightly more because it wasn't really action filled, but it was enough to
Yeah, and I like the fact that they took the main 3 characters and showed them growing up during that 2-3 year process. Like we see how the king pretty much grew out of it. Questioning himself as far as his judgment and questioning everything.
Mm-hmm.
We see Rhaenyra with how she pretty much got to deal with the fact of her father wanted her to get married, her father naming her the heir, marrying her closest friend. Now that's your grace. And then you got Daemon, which we'll see him mature from him actually maturing to being a leader as far as for a whole other nation or a whole other army. So we see the main 3 characters grow up. Technically, now we just gotta see how it's going to balance out throughout the rest. Because, like I said, the way it's looking like the king might be done at some point in this season. I don't know when.
That's why I think he may not make it. That's what I'm saying. And once I'm trying to give a prediction. I'm pretty sure I could be wrong, but
it
the next
looks
time
like
it'll probably be another 2 to 3 years.
Yeah, it's either the throne or he got grayscales from something because his fingers were rotted.
It could be his health reasons, and it could be. I got a feeling someone may try to assassinate him. I'm trying to think because normally, you know how Game of Thrones, House of Thrones, they always go with like a big killing, like a main star or something. That's like the. So I think I'm trying to predict who will most likely. I think the king is going to pass away. I don't know if it's going to be a natural death or like.
You think he's going to pass away like the first king? You think it's going to be like the first king, like natural causes, or you think this might be dirty play?
It might be dirty play too, as well.
Because Hightower, I'm saying, I kept saying it. Hightower got a Littlefinger vibes. I wouldn't be surprised he'd do it too. I would not be surprised.
I think he's worried about announcing his grandson as the heir because that brings a lot of tension.
Yeah, but the thing is now because he already named Rhaenyra the heir, it's like you kind of like threw it.
He can change his mind though.
Yeah,
because the king had to be married and put out new heirs.
Yeah, but now you gotta wait. Really, he really gotta wait on what is Rhaenyra gonna do because she could actually be like, no, I'm not giving that up. But she ain't wanted at first. Yeah. But if she's adapting to it, and she'll be like, all right, I just gonna have to deal with the role. I'll just go ahead and do it. It's for my father, this and the third. That whole thing. Even though she hate him right now, but she's still gonna take that position because
she named that position. That was a plot twist that he picked her friend. Yeah, that was a little plot twist. Hey, so what will you get his ranking, like a rating of this show from 0 to 10? What will you give episode 3?
Based off everything that's based off this series, like this season, I mean not this season, but this episode, I'm actually gonna have to give it a 9.
9? Okay. I'll give it an 8.5.
I was thinking 8.5, but I think the fact that I gave it a 9 because the way that the battle scene and how that battle scene unfolded Like you thinking like, oh shoot, like this is literally like Jon Snow all over again. I'm starting to think Damon is like Jon Snow's like great like grandfather or something, because he did the exact same thing. He did the exact same thing. It's like they stubborn.
Yeah, it is possible. Well, I don't know how to time. We about to pull up the family tree. It's possible.
Yeah, because Jon Snow is half Targaryen. So
it's possible that could be his great. Ooh, that's because it is what 100. This is what almost 200 years before him.
Almost 200 years. Like 200 years.
That's like his great. Because people didn't live long back in those days.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
So that'd be like his great, like his like 5 great grandfather, if it was.
Yeah.
I'm just speaking hypothetically if it was.
Yeah, but I mean, it's the same. It was the exact same thing. But yeah, it was the same thing, because Jon Snow was about to do a fake little surrender. That he just stood in the middle of the damn mud pile and just waited for the army to come on down. So whatever floats your boat, it worked. That's all I can say. It worked. He got the cavalry came, helped him out, and did that whole thing. So it worked out for the better.
Oh. All right. So I think we just ended here. Anything else you want to add?
No, I think I'm good. Just see what happens next week.
Yeah. And stay tuned to the series. We do have other series available. We have episode 1 and 2 if you want to catch back up. We also have a She-Hulk one if you want to check it out. If you check out our playlist, we got different playlists of all our content. All right. So thanks for watching. Hit the like button, subscribe, leave a comment whether you agree or disagree. Okay. Peace and hair grease.